And how is the advocacy with the NDIS to be listing epilepsy as a known form of disability, which most of the people who have experienced, that's what they're calling it. How is that advocacy efforts going?
And it really does depend on how well controlled your epilepsy is and how that epilepsy is impacting your day-to-day life. Now, the thing about epilepsy is everyone's story is very different and everyone's road they walk is very different. Epilepsy WA and all the state-based epilepsy associations are constantly lobbying government, trying to ensure a fair go for people with epilepsy. We take part in focus groups, we submit feedback. We're always hopeful that there will be changes, but it's a hard slog. And it's certainly a hard slog here in WA. But we need to be brave, we need to speak out.
And in terms of, because if it's, as you said, most of your services are peer-to-peer and every journey is different and people need to know that somebody who has traversed that path before, how does peer-to-peer work in experiences where the experiences are fairly varied, or how does that peer-to-peer services support people?
Our network of support groups is really well attended, and we actually have them professionally facilitated by nurses. Now, and we recruit people with lived experience themselves of epilepsy or other neurological conditions. Due to the level of self-harm and depression in our community and trauma, not just for the person with epilepsy, but also for parents, for example. So a parent of a child with epilepsy, research says that they'll experience PTSD at a rate as high as 25%. So we have a professional facilitator at each of our groups, and we've been running these groups for decades now, and we're finding that they are so beneficial. We're hearing from our community that they are so beneficial. I'm literally having members of our community tell me that they wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for those support groups. Now, the nurses that facilitate our support groups, they also actually go out to schools, to disability agencies and also to aged care to teach about epilepsy and its impacts, to help break down stigma, and also to teach in the administration of emergency medication, which is sometimes a very important part of that seizure first aid for people who have particularly tonic-clonic seizures.